Wow. I can finally go live. Why is my room backwards? Everything's backwards. Okay, I can finally go live. I've been waiting to do this for quite a while. If you're one of the people that ever gave me a thumbs up, I appreciate you. Hold on. I got to go turn down the TV. I warned you. I warned you all in the description that this show is all about being mediocre. And it is, at least today. It's really just kind of a dry run, just trying to figure out if I can get the tech working okay, and we'll see what it sounds like in the aftermath. I'm Bart, and this is the Bart Benne Show. You can call me Bean, Beanie, Benet. Call me whatever you want. I can talk at length about any number of things, and that's kind of what this show is going to be about. But my background is actually in journalism and PR. So I'm used to telling other people's stories, you know? This is the first time that I've actually sat like in front of the camera. That's not true. If you've seen all the little shorts that I did, it's nothing but me in the camera. But quite frankly, I don't get it. I don't look in the mirror a whole lot. So this is like the only time I can look at myself and God, what the hell's going on with my hair? Kind of thing. It is Saturday, Memorial Day weekend. And plus the cameras. I look like some kind of Star Trek villain from the original show. Or some kind of Roman proletariat or something. All right, I got to quit playing with my freaking hair. I haven't had a haircut in a long time, and it shows, right? Right. So this is me, Bart, just being extemporaneous, running through a sound check, if you were. Testing, testing, testing. I was actually looking for the microphone that I carry around. It used to be two microphones. Somehow I lost one. So this is why I do this all alone. At any rate, I digress. This is a live show. I don't know why I was so gung ho on doing something live, other than the fact that I could stay live probably 24 hours without stopping to talk, without stopping talking long. I don't know if that's right. Yeah, my background is in journalism and PR, so I love words, man. But I've come to realize that most people don't love words. They don't like learning new words. Or when I use a big word that they don't know, makes them think that I'm trying to act like I'm better than them or something like that. I'm not. I'm just a nerd for words. And I like using cool words. But I don't know who said it. It might have been Mark Twain or somebody, I think he was more like, why use a $25 word when a 10-cent word will work or something like that. My personal journalism philosophy is why use three words when you can use one, kind of thing. But I do not come across as having a lack of words. Not live, probably not dead. I'll probably be talking in my death. That'd be cool. Actually, that reminds me of the tombstone that I used to say that I wanted. I wanted to have a custom built tombstone that would encourage like kids especially to want to come there. Maybe it's because my dad used to drag me around to graveyards because he was into genealogy and he was looking for records. But yeah, I wanted a gumball machine built in. I wanted one of those phones like at the old school museums where you could walk up to a display and pick up a phone and hear somebody give a description of it, except it would be a bunch of pre-recordings of me going, let me out, I'm not dead, that kind of thing. That'd be fun to do. At any rate, there's a lot of important shit going on in this world. There's a lot of chaotic and crazy shit going on in this world. I've always enjoyed video. So the crazy stuff in this world, to me, the craziest thing about it is all the professional production value that's put into podcasts and ads and even just YouTube shorts. Even little kids are putting all this polished spin on it. And it's because, we all have production studios in our pockets now. And that's really cool. I love using that stuff too. But it seems like everybody always has something for sale. They'll start off talking, trying to sound all genuine, and then all of a sudden, but that's why I use this XYZ. To me, that's not what life's about, man. To me, life is more organic. You don't have to try so hard. I've worked in marketing almost my entire career in one capacity or another. Even when I was PR focused and working in the education sphere. Um, and I also just realized that the dehumidifier fan is blowing too. Does that sound a little better? Welcome to authentic. Welcome to real. If I told you the circumstances of my life sitting here right now, you would think it was a country show. A country show. That's not fair. A country song. Because it really is. It's kind of a disaster. Quite literally. I am where I am right now because of Hurricane Helene. I live in Asheville, North Carolina. At the time of Helene, I was renting a house out in Fletcher, which is closer to the airport. It got taken out by a mighty oak that just laid down on top of that roof and knocked the whole house probably an inch off its foundation. 4:30 in the morning woke me up. I thought it was thunder from a lightning strike right in the backyard or something. Very, very close to killing me. A branch literally came within inches of where my sleeping head was. If that tree had twisted just an inch or so the other way, it could have shorn the back of that house off. See, I struggle over words. And you want to hire people like me when you're crafting a message. That's a whole other blog. The mistreatment of writers. The people who have created every single expression you ever remember, at least in the business sense, or maybe even in the education sense. That was all done by people literally writing. But I digress. Oh, that was going to be the name of my show, but I digress. I like that, right? Yeah, the Bart Benne Show could be a lot of different cool varieties. Today it's just me waxing rhapsodic. But ultimately, one of the things I'm going to do, and I wish I could do it on YouTube because I don't believe I can, even though it's totally possible. It's integrated in with Google, which can do like Google Voice Call or Google Meet, where two people can do it. But I'm going to do Zoom calls, anything that'll allow me to record. But it would be cool to do it live too. So, YouTube, get right on that. Give me access to Zoom-like features in YouTube so you could have a multi-person call, because ultimately that's what I want to do. I want to interview as many people in the world as I possibly can while I still have breath in my lungs, which, I'm asthmatic, so that could shorten the day a little bit when it is in play. Yeah, I need to shower. It's Saturday morning. I did not feel like getting up and showering first thing. Go figure. And I'm almost out of coffee. Okay, when the coffee's gone, the podcast is over. This is just me doing an intro. So why should you watch me and send me money? A, I'm terrifying in person. You do not want me showing up at your doorstep. This is actually literally kind of true. I'm 6'5". Right now, I'm at my heaviest end. I'm close to 300, if not over. Yeah, I could definitely drop probably 100 pounds, man. I mean, I would look emaciated and completely different, but would probably be healthier. And I am going to go on an all leafy greens diet here shortly. Need to cut out the cookies. But you know what? Life without cookies, to me, is that really living? That's that's the thing that I have to wrestle with every day. Food is definitely another story. I also love to cook, so it just kind of goes hand in hand. Why should you follow me and give me money? This is the question. Answer A was good. Don't want me showing up there. Or maybe you do, but that costs twice as much. Number two, I'm a writer. I've worked hard my whole life and I've got dick to show for it. Excuse my French. If you need an expression written or an idea created, give me a call. Send me lots of money, and I will make you lots of money. I've done it consistently, time and time again, but it seems like I have to be doing it for somebody else in order for it to work. Somehow I have not used that formula on my own business. But this is actually me. Oh, this is actually a dog necklace that I was trying out to see if it made me feel more canine. Oh, there's some cool words: canine, lupine. Professor Lupin from Harry Potter. Lupine is wolf-like. Cool, huh? Porcine, pig. Uh, Bovine, cow. Feline, cat. I love words like that. See, that was cool to me to go down that rabbit hole for a little bit. Now, not all of them stuck, but porcine did. I do love me some barbecue. I was born in Kansas City. Shout out to Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, if you're still together. I don't follow news. I just remember things about Kansas City include Travis Kelce and consequently now his girlfriend or fiance or wife or ex. I'm not sure at what stage of the relationship they are at. Speaking of exes, I'll admit it. I'm living in the basement of my ex. We've been divorced well over a dozen years, maybe like 15 years. Helene displaced me. I have twin daughters who are graduating high school here in just a couple of weeks, and then I'm going to be free. So I'm throwing this out to the universe. I'm manifesting motorcycles. Never ridden one in my life. I came up with this crazy idea that I wanted to do a cross country and back trip. Try and get Harley to give me a big bike, or at least access to a bike big enough for somebody's 6'5", 300, so it doesn't look like a toy, because that's what most motorcycles look like when I sit on them. And my friend was like, "Have you checked out the Long Way series with Ewan McGregor and Bobby?" I forget his last name now. His buddy Bobby. Um, yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. Long Way Round, I think, was the first one in '04, where they ride all the way around the world, including through some really treacherous terrain in Russia and Mongolia and places, fun places like that. I don't want to do that. I just want to be on the pavement. I want to ride around. I want to interview people. I want to show people cool things off the beaten path, or maybe on the old beaten path, like Route 66 kind of stuff. We want to take it slow. We want to do it in electric vehicles. So that's one of the reasons my buddy wants to drive, and I would love to get my hands on a good e-bike, a good enough e-bike to sit underneath me. A god. The third reason you should send me money. I am, in fact, a god. I am the god of spearmint gum. No. I guess I'm a blasphemer after all. That's what I am. I'm a blasphemer. I might burst out into song or dance every once in a while too. I do have to warn you, the Bart Benne Show is based on a guy who used to be a theater person. My freshman year of college actually was on scholarship in theater. And I still love to perform to a certain extent until I realize I'm being performative. I want to stop. I love being around um, theater people. They're great. I love being backstage. I love doing the tech work. I actually learned more in costume shop and set building probably than I did, probably getting dressed up like a lion, or, you know, a chorus member in a Greek tragedy, or, a young backsliding preacher. That was many years ago. But yeah, I enjoyed the performance. I think I'm a good actor, and part of my motorcycle dreams is to ride out, see some buddies of mine in Northern California, then shoot down to LA and audition for something. Anything. I don't care what it is. I'll even audition for the wrong part, a little kid's part. So, I just want that experience of hearing somebody say next after about 5 seconds of talking, if that. So Got a lot of fun stuff coming up. But since I'm in Asheville, North Carolina, my real pitch to the motorcycle people is I could spend months just showing the terrain around here. I can see why this would be considered like a motorcycle nirvana with all the hairpin turns and beautiful scenic parkways and long stretches of windy road. I can see where that'd be super dangerous for motorcyclists too. And you have to be cognizant of everything around you, but it would be cool to have an entourage. So part of that motorcycle dream includes getting other old farts like me and my buddy Frank and Beans, get it? Oh, Beans, that's another name that I go by. Um, yeah, getting a gang of stinky old men together. Good God, the things we could do, man. And we'll include younger people if they want to hang out with us because we are cool, man. We're Gen X. And actually, we don't care if you think we're cool or not. We just are. There was I think, a B. Cleveland cartoon that said birds of prey know they're cool. They're sitting in the tree wearing sunglasses. Lots of old stuff to talk about, man. You should have seen some of the things that I've seen, you young pups. I'm old enough to have witnessed the first landing on the moon, which I did. Now, granted, I was like a toddler, so I don't remember it vividly, but my dad actually had a bunch of slides that he took with a film camera back in the day. So, yeah, I've seen moon landings, presidential resignations, wars. Um, I saw the end of the Vietnam War, basically. I remember seeing Saigon fall live on TV as like a 6-year-old kid, man. Um, so I've had a really interesting life, and I really, as a writer, particularly like the way that this narrative has unfolded. It's been boring and not boring at the same time. It's been normal and crazy at the same time. Crazy with a lot of normalcy, or normal with a lot of crazy floating around. That's probably more like it. Because at my core, I'm pretty boring. I'm normal. I like to talk to people about their existence more than mine. Mine, for the most part, has been sitting behind a computer typing or designing. It's not super glam. Not that I couldn't be. Oh, and to my pitch to the LA casting directors that I shall be hounding at some point in the future, I think I'd make a great bad guy. If you're watching me and you don't like me, think about how well that would project in the movies. I seem to be a polarizing kind of guy. People either love me or hate me. To me, that sounds like the ideal qualifications for a bad guy in a movie. I'll even wear the teeth like Jaws did in Moonraker. Remember that? Roger Moore as James Bond. Don't get me started there. We got shafted in the 70s after Sean Connery made it look so dashing and debonair. To me, and this is no diss on Moore, I'm sure he's done great stuff. It was the style of the times that I didn't care for. The polyester flare suits with, the disco look. But now, you know what? Who cares? Vive la différence. You want to dress the disco, you dress disco. Who cares with your satin shirts? Health and wellness is another big concept for me. I'm really all about health and wellness. It's probably one of the reasons why I'm such a talker, and probably one of the reasons that I make people so uncomfortable. I'm not afraid to ask any question. Like in life being so big, I'm not afraid to walk down any street. Never have been. And by that same logic, anybody that wants to attack you is crazy, so they're easy to spot, that kind of thing. But I have a feeling that I keep terror at bay. People that think that they see demons and stuff, that very well might be true. I personally think I scare demons away. I've always had that perception. It makes me feel good that people can be safe around me, close to me. There's something, well, okay, I'm just going to come out and all Shannon Blake about it. I'm divine, baby. I am in many ways. And part of health and healing for a lot of people, especially those who had low self-esteem growing up for whatever reason, it's important to be able to say stuff like that. So if you hear people talking about, hey, I'm divine, I'm a goddess, I'm a god, you shouldn't pile on top of them, man. You should support that positivity. That's nothing but a positive message to hear people treating themselves kind. Because once you learn how to treat yourself kind and you've learned how to let go of the stuff you feel guilty about yourself, after coming to a healthy place, I'm not saying let yourself off the hook by any means. Um, you can start being healthy and kind to other people. And that's real important, man. That's one of the things that I have learned in all my trips around the sun is that we don't know what's going on in one another's lives. So it's important to be kind. At any rate, nobody's chatting in on type. I have no long how long I've been recording, or have I? Have I even been recording, or have I been talking to a blank screen? No, there's the end stream button. Thank you if you ever see this test drive, even for watching this far. It's good to see you. Keep an eye here. Things were definitely going to change. We're going to get out of the basement. That's the main premise of this totally authentic Bart Benne Show podcast, reconstructing life at a much later time than is comfortable. So I might fall, man. I might eat it. I might eat road asphalt, especially once I get on a motorcycle for the first time in my life. Did I mention that? Never been on a motorcycle. Well, that's not true. My uncle gave me a ride one time. And I think I was drunk and somebody was stupid enough to let me ride theirs in first gear around a parking lot in a circle one time. But those don't really count. I was never actually in control in either one of those circumstances. So that's where we're at today. Me getting in control of my life. Hey, big shout out to Drew Barrymore. I don't know why. I swore if I ever go live, I'd confess my love of Drew Barrymore. She's the best. She always has been. She's great. I love her. Even though she lay with Tom Green or whatever, Andy Dick or whatever his name is. Can't remember who she had her fling romance with, but I forgive you, Drew, because I've done the same dumb thing. Um, and it's not dumb. It's actually part of what makes us who we are. See, this is another thing. Got to quit using negative terminology. You got to start using positive terminology when you're manifesting great things. You think this is bad? You should have seen me 6 months ago, right? And I don't know whether to look here at the camera or here down at myself. Because if I look down at myself, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it's going to feel right to you all. Not quite as authentic if I can't look you in the eye. And it's the same kind of thing that I used to teach my kids. Turns out there's people on the autistic spectrum don't like being told that they have to look people in the eye, so they have to come up with these techniques. And we all probably have this ability to do this, to look at like somebody's forehead or close to their eye rather than actually in the eye, because apparently that's a no-go for some people. So it's important for me personally to remember that not everybody sees things the same way that I do. I think I'm got good instincts and good insights, and I give great advice. And I love being cheerleader, man. I want to see everybody succeed. That is exactly what my philosophy is. That's why I'm not doing this old white man thing very well, because I'm not rich. I'm not in control of dick. But I've had some interesting career choices. So if you want to hear more about that, tune in to the totally authentic 100% 777 vibes Bart Benne Show. We're looking at just kind of bolstering each other up and forming a sense of community that is chill and cool and friendly in a lot of different ways. So, you like hearing the sound of that? Hit like, hit subscribe, and I promise I'll keep coming back if my numbers keep going up. It's easy for me to lose interest in things sometimes. But that being said, I'm live, baby. And that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that I can go live finally. It took me about a month and a half, 2 months to actually get up there, because at first they said you must have 50 likes at least, I guess, to prove that you're human. But are you authentic? This is the real question. Hey, it's been nice talking to you. Stephen Colbert, if you're listening, our heart from Asheville is with you, and we love you. And I hope you're in Charleston right now and you're away from that vile slime that is, where'd you do? Oh, it was New York. the Ed Sullivan Theater. That is in New York. I wasn't sure if it was LA or New York there for a second. But yeah, my heart breaks that somebody is literally pulled off the air. So, Stephen, we love you. Can't wait to see that Lord of the Rings or Hobbit-esque movie. I think it takes place. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out more. At any rate, peace, love. I'm glad we kind of finally came up with a symbol for love. And add effects using hand gestures. Turn on reactions to express yourself with a hand gesture during a video call. Click the camera in the status menu and then click reactions. There is so much to learn about live streaming. That's why I didn't start right at the time that the countdown ended. Peace, love, serendipity. Y'all take care of each other. Happy Memorial Day in case I don't blast more. I think I will though. I'm kind of locked in. It's rainy here. So I've got writing and I've got fun stuff to do. Watch for the Zoom interviews. Peace. And yes.